What's happening, guys? I know I haven't been on here in a few days, but everything's good. Been super busy with my business, just trying to fix a bunch of equipment and some other stuff I've been dealing with, some family stuff. But anyways, I'm back and I want to talk to you guys about why it's so important that you stop worrying about what other people think. Okay, you stop thinking about overthinking that thing that it is you want to do. Okay? The more you think about it, the more you figure out how to do it, you study it, you learn about it and all this other stuff, the less likely that you're going to actually take action and do it. Okay? Too many people are afraid of what people are going to think. They're afraid of embarrassment. They're afraid of humiliation. They're afraid of putting themselves in a vulnerable situation. But if you're one of those people that can break through that mold and break through the fact that nobody really gives a shit what you're doing, okay? I just got done walking around downtown Woodstock filming like some B-roll footage. I just spent a few minutes down here. I had a client, I was doing something on his car, and I just thought I'd come down here, film a few clips, and get the fuck out of here. But I looked around and I was like, I don't really see that many people that really give a shit. Like, nobody walked by me and said, "What are you doing? Why are you doing that?" Like, nobody cared. Okay, I walked around with a tripod for like 10 minutes, filmed a couple pieces of footage, and now I'm leaving, or I'm getting ready to leave. But you guys have to understand that your inaction is caused by your lack of, like, you thinking that people actually care about what you're doing, okay? Because people really don't care. They don't care that you're filming content. They don't care that you're, you might look a little weird or you might say something weird. Like, they just don't care, okay? They don't care nearly as much as you think. And I know that there's people with anxiety and there's people that think, oh God, I don't want people to judge me and all this stuff. But if you can get past that, if you can just get past that judgment phase of, doing something new and doing something that might give you an anxiety and doing something that might be different than, what 99% of people are doing, then you're always going to be ahead of the curve. Because the ones that don't care about what people think, and the ones that don't care what, if they have a lot of friends, or if people judge them, or people, think they're weird or whatever, are always the people that end up doing well. Because they're willing to put themselves in an uncomfortable situation to get the desired outcome. And if you can just focus on the bigger picture and the desired outcome, which is whatever you want it to be, okay? For me, it's growing this channel, okay? Which, by the way, I appreciate you guys engaging, and I appreciate all the subscribers. I think we're almost at 50 subscribers, which I greatly appreciate. And, I know I have been slacking the last couple days, but it's okay because we're going to come back, okay? But I appreciate you guys engaging. It really means a lot to me. But anyways, that's a perfect example, okay? That's a perfect example. It's like, I'm not worried about how these first few videos come out. Like, I don't even care how the first 100 come out. Like, my only focus is just showing up and just trying to put out the best content I can right now. But if I were to, let's say I were to wait, okay? Like, for an example, like, if you wait to post content, or you wait to build the business, or you wait to, talk to the girl, or you wait to go on that trip, you're going to see that life is just going to keep passing by, and you're going to see other people that are doing exactly what you want to do. You're going to see other people making the content that you want to make. And you're going to see other people that are talking to the girls that you want to talk to. And the truth is, the longer you wait, the worse off you're going to be. Okay? It's always better to fail first and then figure out what mistakes you made and then move on as quickly as possible. Okay? The ones that can move on the quickest, the ones that can get over failure the quickest, are the ones that always succeed. But you're never going to know until you actually, jump head first into the water. Okay? You just got to dive into the deep end and not even worry about it. Okay? Like, I didn't really know what I was doing when I started my detailing business. I still don't know what I'm doing with posting content. Like, I have somewhat of an idea, But I knew that if I didn't start posting and I just kept talking about it and talking about it, that it was never going to happen. And here I am watching other people that are doing exactly what I'm doing, and I'm thinking, well, they're no more special than me. They're no better than me. They just decided to put themselves in an uncomfortable situation. And I think we hold ourselves back because we are worried about the judgment of others. Like whenever you go out in public, you're worried about what people think. Okay? You have to just do. You have to just take action and not worry about what anybody thinks. Because people are always going to have criticisms. People are always going to have things to say, and people are always going to think that they could do better than you. Well, if you could do better than me, then you do it. Okay? You do it. I want to see it. I want to see you do better, because people like to talk a lot of shit, but there's no action behind it. Okay? Oh, I was going to do that, or I'm going to do that, or I did do that. It's all bullshit. Okay? The ones that actually get ahead are the people actually say what they're going to do and then they actually do it. Okay? Even if they fail, even if they look like a fucking idiot, they still do it. Okay? And it's important that you guys understand this, because that's the number one thing that's holding people back. You know? Like, just not taking action and just sitting there trying to diagnose what it is that they want to do. Like sitting there writing it down and, let me just write down another thing I'm grateful for. And let me just write down another thing that I should do. Let me just add to my to-do list. It's all a bunch of bullshit. Okay? It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay? But it does need to get done. So just remember that. Perfection is the enemy of perfectly adequate. So if you can just wake up every day and say, you know what, I'm going to try to do the best I can, and I'm going to try to do something different, and I'm going to try a new thing, okay? I'm going to put myself in a very uncomfortable situation that most people wouldn't do, okay? Like, most people are not going to do it. Most people are not going to make videos like this. Most people are not going to sit here and put themselves in a vulnerable situation. Okay, but if you're one of those people that, wants to be different and wants to get ahead in life, then you're going to have to do things that other people don't do. And as soon as you can adopt that mindset, as soon as you can say, I'm going to take action no matter what. I'm going to do whatever it takes, regardless of what anybody thinks about me. Because there's always going to be people fucking chirping in the background. There's always going to be people saying shit in the background. But if you can move past that and just ignore all that bullshit, then you're going to see you're going to be so much further ahead than everybody. But you've got to take that first step. You really, really have to just dive into the deep end and just say, fuck it, I'm going to do it. And you're not going to have it all figured out. Like, nobody has it all figured out. Okay, even super successful people don't have it all figured out. But what they do have is they have the ability to take risk. Okay, that's the only difference between successful people and non-successful people, is they evaluate risk differently. Okay, they look at something that is super risky, and instead of evaluating it and spending a bunch of time trying to figure it out, the smart people, like the people that are the most successful, they just take action and they just say, you know what, we're going to do this and we're going to see if it works. And it's a gamble, it's a risk. But that's what life is all about. Okay, you weigh the odds and you say, you know what, I think it's worth doing, so we're going to do it. I don't really care if it works or not, we're going to fucking do it. Like, we know enough that it's worth taking the risk now to have the better result later. And I'm telling you, I've seen a lot of people waste their potential by overanalyzing every situation. Okay, including myself. But as soon as I just started saying, you know what, I'm just going to do it. Like, I had this fuck it mentality. I'm just going to do it. Then my life started to go in the direction that I wanted it to go. Okay? Things are not perfect, but they're going in the right direction. And that's what you want. You want to be heading in the right direction. Okay? Imagine your life like a moving train. Like, the train never stops. The train keeps going. Okay, there's trees and there's mountains and there's cities on the side, but the train continues to go forward. Okay, and that's how you have to look at your life. You have to always stay the course and always keep moving just like a freight train. Okay, don't let any of the other things be a distraction. Don't let any of the other things, come in between you and your goals and your main focus. And trust me when I tell you guys, if you can just have tunnel vision, then you're going to see that your life is going to start going, you're going to start building those small wins, and life is going to start compounding in the way that you want it to. And you're going to stack small win after small win after small win. And before you know it, you're going to have so many wins under your belt, and you're going to feel like a winner. You're going to feel like somebody who accomplished something in your life. And you have to just keep pushing no matter what. I can't stress that enough. Okay? Even if you have a setback, even if something happens that you're not really too happy about, just have this mentality where it's like, count to 3. Just have the 3-second rule in mind. Just think, okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, do it. Okay, don't overthink it. Don't overanalyze. Just say, I'm going to do it, and I don't really care if it's perfect. I don't care how it turns out, but we're going to get it done. We're going to get the job done, and we're going to be proud of the work that we made, and we're going to be proud of the accomplishments that we have. And, don't worry about what everybody else is doing, okay? Like, for example, everybody was so worried the other night about the Super Bowl and the halftime show, okay? I understand that it was divisive. There was 2 halftime shows. I understand all that. But the bottom line is, you shouldn't worry so much about all these external factors. You shouldn't be worried about who's performing at the Super Bowl. You shouldn't be worried about any of this stuff, okay? It's not a big deal. There's bigger tasks at hand. There's bigger things to worry about in the world than who's performing at the halftime show, okay? And you want to know my opinion on the whole thing? I don't have an opinion. I don't have an opinion on any of it because, frankly, I don't care. I really don't care. It doesn't affect me at all, okay? I didn't watch it. I don't really care. I don't care who's performing. I was telling my girlfriend the other night, I could have been Barney the dinosaur performing. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if it's the Teletubbies. I don't give a shit. It could be anybody performing. I don't care. I was so focused on just getting the things done that I needed to, like fixing the equipment that I had to with my business, and just focusing on the things that actually were going to matter the next day. Like, not focusing on, whether or not this person was performing or that person was performing, or whether it should have been this way or that way. It doesn't really matter. Okay? And I encourage you guys to adopt that same mindset, because I'm telling you, when you stop worrying about all this little chirping that's going on in the background, and all this other bullshit that's going on in the background, and all the political stuff that's going on, and you stop worrying about all that, and you just say, you know what, I'm going to focus on only the things that I can control, and only the things that are right in front of me that, that I want to do, or that I need to do. Okay? Not anything else. Okay? When you start worrying about all this other stuff that's out of your control, it's like you only have so much bandwidth, and your mind is being consumed with all this negativity and all these things that just don't matter. Okay? So I really encourage you guys to start thinking about that, because I'm telling you, that's something that's helped me a lot. And I've always encouraged people to take action, because, especially in business, entrepreneurship is it's a game of speed. The ones that are the quickest, the ones that are the earliest, and the ones that get shit done no matter what, I'm telling you, those are the ones that always get ahead. Those are the ones that never fall behind and that never fail, because they're always willing to do things when other people don't. Like, when other people give up and other people are not, willing to keep going, they are. Because they've worked so long with so little that they feel that they have to just keep going no matter what. Like, it doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter, where you're at in your business. If you just continue to keep pushing, then you're going to see that you're going to be one of the last ones standing. Because most people give up too early. Most people give up right when they're about to have a breakthrough. Right when they're about to have that breakthrough moment that's going to change everything, they give up. They bail. Because they just don't feel like they're moving the needle. And, I get it, but you have to understand that everything is happening to you for a reason. Okay? Everything in your life is happening to you for a reason. Okay? This is whatever you want to call it, I can't even talk. Religious, spiritual, whatever it is, everything that's happening to you right now is setting you up for a future success, for a future endeavor. And if you could just think in your mind, well, this is kind of fucked up what I'm going through, but you know what? Maybe there's something good on the other side of this. Maybe there's something positive. Maybe something is coming that I don't even know yet. Maybe something is going to happen that's going to really change my life, that's going to really turn my life around. But you got to keep going, and you got to take action when other people don't, okay? It's very important. So, anyways, I hope that helps. I'm going to get back on my normal posting schedule. So, you guys keep giving me ideas, and you guys keep engaging, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do, and just let me know what you guys think. I'm open to all feedback, all right? But as always, I hope you guys have a good rest of the day, and I will talk to you soon, okay?